So, good morning everybody. I'm gonna be showing some Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive. We're gonna continue the ongoing Wacht and Rhein campaign, but I just wanted to show you with the latest patch 1.01.01 how the main campaign has changed. Because I was talking about these changes, I'm just gonna leave it everything like as it is and just gonna show you the situation. How they tweaked the scenario a bit. I discussed those changes in my previous stream, but I just wanted to highlight them. And I think, Axis need 200 for major victory. That's the difference. And 160 for minor victory. Previously it was 150. So those things have been changed. And another thing. I remember that some units had these warnings that they couldn't be moved, but right now I think it's maybe indicated more clearly with these triangles that you can't actually move 2nd Panzer Division in the first turn. And that of course impacts your abilities to break through here in the center. But yeah, the other thing is that these bridges, they have been blown off. They are, you can see these symbols here, they indicate that those bridges are gone. Same thing over here, here. It was so that only this bridge is this is the only one that has been left standing when you start the scenario. Also this one is open, but this has been blown. I think in my playthrough when I played the Allies, they blew up this one, and I also think they blew up the other one too. But yeah, these have been blown out, so you can't get the units across here. So you have to actually start playing with the pioneers early on. Unit doesn't have the EP required. Then you have 20 political points in the beginning. So you actually have to sacrifice these cards. Repair bridge, you have only one of these cards, so you can set it up only in one place. For instance, this pioneer, it can't fix this bridge immediately. Because major river, XL river is 400, major is 300. I think this Sir probably, I think that has to be either major river. This is I think medium one. And then we have those thinner ones which are small rivers, but I think this is probably the medium one. But yeah, you can't get the units across that easy in the center. A lot of these units have been given that delay that they can't actually do anything, and yeah, I think this pioneer can fix this bridge, but it just doesn't have, because it's locked, it doesn't have any movement points, so it can't fix it right now. It has to fix it in the next turn. So this definitely delays the action what Axis can perform in the first day. I think that's a major hindrance there for the Axis. Besides that, I don't think that much has changed. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this change. That yeah, you need 200 for major victory, and then that those bridges have been blown up. I'm gonna quit and let's load. Load to the main campaign. Okay, now we are back in the main campaign. I guess we could start revising our moves from south to north. I know that in the northern sector we have a lot of things to move, but let's just first check these guys out. Go stack. So there's 2 pioneers in here, and we put the anti-tank. Okay. I think I could even send the Stooks just in case. Although the Stooks might be a little bit vulnerable in here. They have 1 Hetzer, a little bit of flak. Let's turn on this on, and so it's a minor city 1. And attack modifier with tanks is minus 20%, so it's not that bad for the enemy. Defensive for tanks is minus 12. And they previously shelled this position, so they might be coming for us. Erich Brandenberger. Scrape troops together and organize an emergency unit. Morale increase. I'm wondering what kind of emergency unit. What are those? So we have here some artillery that could be available. I'm just a bit worried about a possible tank attack. Like I don't think these guys can necessarily defend against such a decisive attack. I think I want to also harass this unit just to lower its readiness, even though I know this is not that effective. also think that we need to get these guns closer to the front. So I'm gonna move the horse team and these mortars in here and leave these guys entrenched in here. Heavy forest snow. I'm just thinking, moving this guy out here. I don't know, why would they do this kind of movement that they would go here and then they would flank up here. I don't think that's a believable move, so it wouldn't make any sense in my point of view. So that's why I'm gonna move the infantry in here. So there is now 2 infantry and 2 guns, and I'm gonna move the Stugs. They will get some shelling in here, but they have the high ground advantage if they get attacked. I could move these guys. Take this place then, just in case if the enemy gets some thoughts. Yeah, I think we are solid. We should be solid. Here I have some buck guns. I would really like to move them, but I don't think that's not yet reasonable. We know that their tanks are in this sector. Otherwise I would move here more buck guns. I'm gonna do something like that. These guys actually have some movement left. They could move 1 hex up. I think that's useful. We can just move them slowly. This would be 56. Okay. We have buck guns, anti-tank guns. And we have flak guns in here. I'm wondering a little bit what could we achieve? Defensive bonuses. Oh yeah, these guys could get some kind of a defensive bonus. Entrenchment. Heavy forest mud. What is the guns? His defensive modifier is -40. Yeah. Offensive modifier is -50. Infantry is no modifier. I think I could maybe give this guy determination divided by 2. I'm gonna give it entrenchment instead of hold. I think it was this unit. Yeah, 97. This unit has such a low readiness, I'm a bit worried for it. But I think they will hold. They should hold at least. I can even move the HQ a bit closer. In here. So then we have at least the maximum command efficiency. Just in case. But what am I gonna do in this position? These guys are in fields of mud. The mortars would just shred our units to pieces. I think getting this infantry in this position would make a lot of sense. These panzer grenadiers, they could maybe clear out the mortars. But maybe. The mortars haven't taken any damage yet. What will these guys do? What is their... I'm gonna move the Panzer Grenadier Regiment. Okay, we should have enough recon to say that this is a empty tile. I'm not gonna push my luck. And I'm just going to move these guys also into the woods. The HQ could move to Schrondweiler. But yeah, it could be pretty devastating tank attack if they decide to attack. Panzerkreuz could try to do the ambush, or they could go up to here or here. These guys are currently very exposed. This infantry Fallschirmjäger regiment, I can't move it out. But if we leave it as a bait, that's another possibility. We have puck guns, we have flak guns. I could move the staff, they would have more flak and 88mm guns. The pioneers I can move in here and leave Falloy here hidden. Or try to move it to the heavy forest, from which it could. Yeah, this is difficult movement, but I'm gonna move the HQ there, pioneers in here, leave this guy undefended, just as a bait. And I think that these guys could now withstand the full tank attack. Panthers and puck guns. I could try to go for an ambush. Ambush in here. Because these, from this position they can't really. They should go at least here. We can't see, is there something in here? That's also a possibility that there is an enemy unit in here. But I doubt it. I don't think that they have made a clear line of defense, but I'm gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. Hey, they are now in this position which is really difficult to supply. It shows yellow in here, so they don't get the bestest. They will not get all the supplies that they request. Sadly. But I think we have the positional advantage in here. So if they go after this unit, well, then we can't really do anything, because they will break through in here. I could alternatively protect it with puck guns, but I think that they would still break that. Yeah. They are quite low readiness, so I don't think they should do the hedgehog defense. Let's move onwards with the front line. We suspect an enemy activity in here. Well, that's completely fine. We are now in this kind of high ground position. Like if there happens to be some enemy units in here, they can't go further. I think, yeah, this is probably a good setup. And then in the next turn we will push a little bit forward. Okay, this looks fine. Nice Baptiste, I think this is a maybe better position for the HQ. Yeah, it provides a little bit better range. Guns, I can't really. This turn I can't do anything in there. Yeah, so we have to just wait. Wait there in the south. Do we have any units here in the center? Some flak guns. We can either use the highway there or we could go from the southern side. I think this is an okay approach. Artillery has been lagging behind. Flak guns are holding this heavy forest road junction. I think that's fine. The pioneers have a couple of options. They could either tighten this area where we know that there are enemy units, or we can just keep them as they are. These are just plains. Okay, we can go even further with the Panzer Grenadiers. Heavy forest, snow, heavy forest, mud. I think I would rather take this position. So we know that these guys are basically secure. Heavy forest, heavy forest. Yeah, this should be now empty based on our recon. Our height is still 44, so I don't think we would be able to tell if it's really empty or not. Yeah, our infantry is quite okay positioned. I think we have to keep the units like this. I just really wish that there are no enemies in here. One option is that I take the Panzer Regiment and make it so that it's no longer in march mode. Or I just move it forward very aggressively. It could be attacked from this position then, from high ground. Or I can double stack these planes. I think we move it in here and then we take the march mode off. Move these guys. Okay. Some combat in here. We didn't take any damage. But now we know that there is an enemy unit in there. I don't think they can see us behind this. I'm just gonna move the tanks, take them off. Also these guys out of the march mode. Now that we are close to the enemy. And I'm not gonna shell with those 2 rounds. It's not gonna do enough damage to be significant. Yeah, if this is empty, then I think moving in here would make a lot of sense. Because these guys, they can't possibly get here and then escape. They just don't have the movement. And we need, for next turn's attack against this task force, we need these guys, so we just know for a fact that this, yeah, but 20 movement cost. I'm gonna move it. Okay. It was empty. We have warfers in here. Currently we are holding this city with pack guns only. We have warfers. We could already lower their readiness by a lot. This would be basically free movement, just 4 movement cost. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep these guys as they are. Not sure, should I move this guy a little bit? Doesn't really matter. Artillery in here. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's press number 3. Okay, but we can't see how much movement they have left. And those unit cards are so small. Yeah, and how about this crossing? Should we establish a bridgehead? We could try. There is of course a chance that we will get shelled. Because or we can also get attacked from 2 sides. But the flak guns could quite easily repel enemy attacks, but we would take a lot of losses if they attack from these sides. So I'm a little bit hesitant. I rather wait for I'm rather waiting I think in this sector. The Hetzers should go in here. Definitely. If there is going to be that massive tank battle, I want Hetzers to be there, so I'm gonna move the Hetzers also across here so they would do this kind of movement. And I want their combat readiness to be high, so I'm not gonna take them out from the march mode. I mean like from the combat mode into the march mode. Then my second thoughts are, should I like tighten this area a little bit, because these units probably can get across. I don't know, will they ditch some of their equipment and just move the units out? That's also a possibility what you can do in the game, but I haven't really seen them do it. Getting to this height 2 position sounds lucrative to me. Even though they have artillery, but they don't have that many guns. 6 guns, 7 guns, 9 guns, but do they have ammunition? That's the thing. I can also be hiding in here. I think hiding is also probably just fine. And I'm gonna keep the Jägers here behind the vision range of these units. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait in this light forest. I'm not gonna, because if they want to come here, that's easier for me to take them out in there. Where is your HQ? Okay, we have some artillery here. What is your range? Range is 11. I would like to shell maybe this position. Or we can just move these guys. Because this is already basically, the combat has been resolved there, so let's try to move the artillery into more useful location. Here we have some Werfers, a little bit artillery. I think here the artillery could contribute in this sector. So let's make it ready. We have some pioneers. We could march the infantry through the road. I think this 277th should start focusing on the northern sector. These forests on this side look kind of lucrative. Lucrative place. So maybe this is the best place to actually move the units. How about the Hetzers? We don't really see enemy tank formations anymore in here. 12th Volksgrenadier Division. I think that their focus should start shifting in this direction. But I want to keep them all on the road. So let's just put them in these heavy forests. But there is no connection from here, so the only way we think about Eupen as our goal. It's this highway, and this one. So this is actually becoming a central point in the line. Mutzenich. But which point should we focus on? Because I just can't leave them there standing still. There's 2 howitzers left. I will take them out with the infantry next turn. Range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Range 4. Okay, so we have to move it 1 forward. We get a better shot. Yeah, I think we do this. Fusiliers. They shouldn't have any good detection anymore to these positions. So I'm going to be marching here in the open ground. The Hetzers I'm also going to be sending northwards. Like that. Yeah, they lost very little readiness, even though they did a major movement. What, we should have 1 more artillery available. According to that. Okay, we have pioneers who can move here. I think that's maybe useful to just like for the encirclement of those units. Okay, they got intercept fire and there's an enemy unit in here. They just ran into ambushes, but they didn't lose anybody. They were kind of lucky. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit risky movement. Okay, this unit is not even close of carrying what it has. I think that is useful. Yeah, I think we can do something like that. Reorient this whole division towards that direction. Guns, I think right now where they would be most useful is of course with Piper. They just can't get that far. They would get in here though. So maybe I do this. Or I put them in here. I don't know. This is a very risky highway to move through. So rather in here, I guess. Hetzers. Can go there. These have direct line of sight. I think we should take this guy out because it's just trouble. Okay, no howitzers left. Just a truck unit with a couple of bazookas. So it can't do any intercept fire anymore. We have 2 of these Kampfgruppe Ott and then 25th SS Regiment. Let's put it on march mode. Okay, this is 0 movement cost. Heavy forest, I think I like that. I'm gonna move these together. And let's try to micro. So Ott. From Ott to the, oh no, let's start from the SS Panzer Grenadiers to Ott. Manpower weight, manpower car. Weight, car. No organizational limit. Okay, how much can we move stuff into this actually? We could move a lot of stuff from this Grenadier regiment. Maybe we could even merge them together. Let's move like 10 men. Take the tank. Take like 20 men more. Okay, no, not these ones, but here. Manpower car. Manpower weight. Is this weight is 54, car 76. Manpower weight, manpower car. I think we need to get the manpower car still 470. Like that. Yeah, something like that, I think. What if I put this? Yeah, it goes up, so okay. And I would maybe want to put one extra. One extra, so it's not like imminent if they get hit. So now they have 4, 8, 9 carry. Okay. These guys are really under the limit. Gonna move them up. Okay, but now this unit is motorized or mechanized. "383 infantry, 70 pioneers." Okay. Integrity is a battle group. Unit is a battle group and it will break if it panics. Okay, yeah, I've seen in couple of combats those that the unit panics. So if a battle group panics, it will disintegrate. That's good to know. I think I'm willing to move the armor closer here. The pioneers and pipers, I think they can handle themselves. Yeah. Let's get the tanks in this kind of position. So we can then destroy the resistance in here. We could even probe it to see what's going on in there, but somehow it gives me really bad. Probably taking really big casualties if we would do that. Moving one up. They would probably have some kind of line of sight, or not necessarily. It's a red eye in here, so I don't think. Oh yeah, line of sight is 11%. If you click this and then click here, it's 11. You can see it from the right corner. Here is 3%. 23, okay. Can they really handle themselves? If I leave them here alone, will they be able to resist just with a simple pioneer unit and the staff unit? Seems very risky. 16, 34. Okay, maybe I keep the tanks in place. Keep them hidden. Or maybe no, I'm inviting them to attack. I want to see. I'm gonna move the tanks forward. %11 line of sight. Yeah, my tanks are gonna be in here. They probably won't spot us. And the infantry will stay here in the back. Okay. These guys can't shoot anymore anything. So I just kind of hope that they can't. They shouldn't be able to detect us in here with any means possible, so. Okay, which units should we hit in here? We took out quite many of their armored forces in here. Yeah, this artillery should be repositioned. Moving the artillery there. There is a fort in here, but it's 0 out of 2000, so I don't think the fort is like online. This one has 2000 out of 2000, so this is a really bad place to attack. There shouldn't be any enemy units in here. Okay, we located 2 in here in this light forest. Light forest. Can we get into this position? Yeah, we can. That's useful. Light forest, snow. Let's move this guy first in here. We still don't have enough recon to say is there an enemy in here. No, there wasn't. Yeah, attacking here is not really viable unless it's some really weak artillery unit or something. Maybe then. That's like the only thing I could think of. And it would make sense. Okay. Fields of snow. I could probe them if I want to, just to get to know what kind of unit is in here. This, I assume, is the unit that was trapped in here. So I guess I could probe it. Okay. We took out 1 truck. Their readiness it's diminished, but they are still a fighting force. This is just light forest, there is no fortification in this hex. Our recon here is 51. What if we do it with a smaller force? Yeah, I think we could take these two as our targets. Went cost 32. I could really stack this position. I think I'm gonna stack it. I want to probe this and see what's in there. Okay, rear area. 40 millimeter AA guns. Okay. Okay, I can see us taking that position if we just shell it. Shell it first properly. They have some entrenchment. I could probe these guys too to get to know. We could get all of the options, you know. So I guess we do a probe. Okay, it's just truck units. So that could even be attacked head on. But these guys will probably try to provide some support fire from the rear. But okay, no problem. 71, 71. 3-1. Are they trying to provide some? Yeah, they have actually some howitzers there, so they are trying to provide counter battery fire. Okay. 4-1. One, two. Yeah, I don't think these guys can contribute from their current locations. I think that one is useful. These two together in here. 8-1. Doesn't really make that big of a difference. Let's give it a try. Okay, one howitzer taken out, one anti-tank gun. 7 trucks. They have a lot of those trucks. Then I would like to hit this. Because, yeah. Okay, not that one. No, I want to actually hit this guy first. Maybe like those ones. I think that will do. Okay, they lost a bunch of their equipment. But they still have a lot of scary stuff in there. $14 to 1. I think we need one more barrage in here. So 117, 118. Maybe those two. Yeah, just do it. Okay, we took out one howitzer. Guess that's nice. Select that one too. What else can we get? We could get all these three, but I think this is the limit. So with 2 artillery pieces, 30 men, 1 mortar, 4 trucks. Okay. $16 to 1. Let's do it. 10 men lost. They panicked. They panicked. Our recon is 35, height is 34. There shouldn't be anything else. So let's take it. Capitulated, 10 men lost. Okay. I'm gonna take that. Now we have quite nice defensive positions in along this whole line. What is there? The readiness is only 24. 24 readiness. I would also like to destroy that unit. $62 movement cost. 32, 35. I'm gonna move it in here. These guys as a group. They didn't get intercepted. We can get it up to 2-1 odds. Yeah, there's a lot of howitzers. Not really, there isn't really men at all in here, but what if we put this artillery to use? Two, 4, 6, do it. Okay. Well, it lowered their readiness. I'm willing to trade that. They are still quite capable of doing some damage. And they have relatively high readiness, so they will fight. They will fight with those bazookas that they have. Yeah, let's do one more artillery. 20 men taken out, that's good. Really good. The less they have men, higher the chances of taking them out. Okay, do one more. One truck. I think they have managed to entrench themselves a little bit better. We can get up to 5-1. Do it. Attacker out of AP. Okay, we couldn't take any of their men. We lost 50 men our own. One Panzerschreck. Again, really bad throws. One mortar. 3 bazookas, 1 truck, 2 trucks. So they are still somewhat combat capable. We have only those artillery pieces left. Only this one basically left. Very could do the most damage. Maybe in here. Although these guys are quite heavily entrenched. So maybe still this would have been the best place. I do it in there. Post attack, shelling, 10 soldiers taken out. Okay. Just minimizing their readiness that they at least can't counterattack us. Two to 1 odds. Well, I'm gonna take it. We have the high ground. We have 10% advantage. Do an attack. Attacker out of AP. 1 anti-tank gun taken out, 2 bazookas, 1 truck, 10 men lost. Yeah, these guys are now very exposed in here. I think this is the best thing to do. They have 1 howitzer left in here. Four to 1. Yeah, okay, this is okay. Alright, the last thing is these thugs and these guys. Their position is a little bit too close to the enemy in my point of view. You could move the pioneers up in here, or they could take the fortified positions along these lines. I think that sounds good, but let's do it like this. Let's not move through that hex, so like that. And I would maybe rather move this infantry in here also. And the Stooks could be hidden in this heavy forest, maybe. Maybe just as a thought. They are not gonna be that useful in the heavy forest though. Okay, maybe we do like that. We infiltrate there. I'm gonna keep the city with quite minimal reserves. Like that. Yeah. I think we are quite ready. Moving this unit to Putkemba. I don't think they can spot us even if we are. But yeah, maybe we just stay where they are. Okay. Everything seems fine. Fine by me at least. I don't expect the enemy to attack in here, so that's why I'm gonna keep them in march mode for 1 more turn, even though they are quite exposed there. But I'm kind of hopeful that they don't get attacked. So let's flip the turn and then call it a stream. Yeah. I am done can't at least see anything that I should move. And in the north we did all what we could. We were fairly successful. We can do these kinds of shellings, but I don't know, are they really worth it? These units have a high readiness, they could do anything, but I think they just need to sit tight. Fields of mud. I'm gonna move these guys into the fortification along this line. And I'm gonna move these guys into the light forest. Like that. Okay, that's it. And let's flip the turn. And based on the enemy activity, we can now quickly check out like our possible directions of attack. Supply system. There are some units that are not gonna get the full supply. In the supply mode, if the color is yellow in that overlay, it means that they are not getting 100%. They are not falling within the action points range that is required to get the 100% of requested supplies. We had a couple of units that are in that kind of situation. Okay, air supply. Interesting. Field Psalm, there's some movement in there. Intercept fire. A lot of it. Field Psalm also getting intercept fire. Intercept fire. That means that we intercept them by fire. The Germans have a disadvantage. Okay, intercept fire there. They moved into that pocket of ours. Artillery barrage, no losses. Artillery, no losses. Attack defender stood firm. Where? Oh, it's in the south. I couldn't really see that properly. It was a tank attack. Intercept fire, task forces, they are getting intercept fire from all directions. That's amazing. So we are slowing them down a lot. But how about any attacks? No attacks. Seriously. Well, I don't know if I would be the allied player, what would I do in this situation? Probably I would just like try to consolidate. But I would be maybe personally more aggressive in exploiting the enemies, like if they try to advance too much. So it's a misty weather. And then it's gonna be overcast. In overcast you can apparently fly those missions. We have 102 victory points on the map. The allies' casualties gives us extra 52, so we have 154 in total. Our losses in total right now 5,700. Allied losses 31,000. So we managed to inflict, was it 2 or 3,000 in this previous turn, so it wasn't the biggest turn for us. But okay. Cards received, new unit. I didn't update in this, like 200. We know that it's 200 in the current rules. Oh, so the unit can't even move. It's out of fuel. Kampfgruppe von Bohm. Ay. So it can't move in here. We can't attack from multiple sides. That's really a shame. That is bad. That is bad. I think I should have maybe then installed or set up in Troisver like a smaller depot. Just a temporary one. Okay, let's check out. The enemy seems to be withdrawing from here. There's probably the tank task force. They probably moved out their units in here too. These guys are in here. They left a couple of units as a rear guard, whereas they are trying to get out. I think I just need to get the pioneers in position. They got some fire, but they didn't take any damage. All of these guys are now going to get destroyed. Yeah, that's about that. They are concentrating more forces in here. We are close to Rotgen. I think that is within our reach. Let's check the south. The supplies are still flowing through in here. That's really nice. These task forces haven't done a single fight. Now there's 3 of them in total here. Team Edwards, yeah, and then engineers. So this is a big unit, big concentration, but we have set up this defensive perimeter quite well. 2 of these got intercept fire. These guys tried to move in here. They got intercept fire. Now that I wish that my anti-tank formations would be closer. Kampfgruppe Valois, they are still too far away to attack. And enemy has moved some tank units. And more tank units in here. We just need to devise a plan how we gonna take these guys out. Recon squadron. And this is another recon squadron, okay. I think this is the most tricky one because we really lack AA guns and anti-tank guns in that specific position. We would need these guys in here. They are now stopping our advance, basically. In there. Okay, let's move up. Okay, now we expect that there's an enemy in here, in these heavy forests. Yeah, I'm just gonna be moving so that most of these guys can just push forward. And we're gonna put the infantry and the pack guns in here. And then we are gonna move this guy. I think I can move it already. I just move in here. And the rest will like be advancing. Advancing forward. Cycling these units. Okay, and the unit that we spotted in here is still in here. Okay, some more enemy units have appeared. Oh, Hara, this is a fresh unit. And we have now in our sights these AA guns. They are the ones that have been like moving around in here. Panthers are still in good combat capability. I guess I just need to be putting the AA guns in here, infantry in here, and then I need to try to like take them out. And when we get the city in, we open the supplies for Kampfgruppe von Baum. Okay. Salm Chateau, we have to figure out what we're gonna do. There. Yeah, I think we are doing fairly well. Only the one problem was with the supplies with that one unit. Let's check the statistics. We don't know the current situation if the allies got more troops. But we can check the casualties sustained in the end of the previous turn, 38,800, and we have taken 7,800 ourselves. Thus far going really well. We have still bad weather, which is helping us. We are not sustaining air casualties. But okay, let's check the history. So they had some air supply missions in here. Okay, now I know where it is. It's in the southern sector. Yeah, it's that supply spot that we saw on the map. The truck. That there is an enemy unit there apparently. Okay. Then there was artillery shelling in the north, but we didn't take any losses. And again, 0 losses. And artillery against our tanks, we didn't take any losses. And they tried to attack us against our panthers. So it's a crazy attack. River crossing into a rural position where we concealed our tanks. And that's it. Those were the moves. Okay. Well, it's looking pretty okay. This western approach to Stavelot, I think that has been kind of cut. this was a good position that they took with their units. I wish that they had been more aggressive against us, so we could have taken them out. But it's fine. There is some sort of a cavalry squadron. They have some tanks in there. $13 to 1. I think we need to like clear out these pockets of resistance, so we can then do the attack in this rural town, minor city one. Yeah. And then they moved the units. Okay, so making that river crossing. Well, they could have then. Who knows? Who knows how it would have gone? But now they blocked it. They are in open ground. It presents an opportunity for an artillery shelling. That's the only positive thing about that. Yep. Because I was thinking about taking that position, but you know, if they came from high ground, it wouldn't have been that good of a battle for us. So I think I maybe did the right call after all. Yep. And how about how far can these guys now move? They can even get in here. Yeah, we should consider, do we want to stay a little bit hidden? How do we stay maximum hidden from the enemy? And because all I'm now seeing is that they are like getting ready to overwhelm this position. They are in this high ground position. And then they are here. They are in 3 hexes. They can get, would it be 50% positive modifier or even 60% modifier? Basically our armored unit can even move up to here. We could even do a counter attack in here. I need to think about that. Of course we will need to shell that position then very aggressively, but yeah, it makes sense to... This is the unit that has taken most damage in terms of readiness. This one is still quite intact. Yeah, we can do something like that. We will use everything that we can to harass these tanks. I think we can now take the mortars out quite comfortably. We can even shell them, and then we need to devise a plan how we want to take those guys out. 131, yeah, I think we have to do this kind of movement So what is wrong with this unit? Yeah, it just has too little. It needs more half trucks or moutiers. How about this unit? They have an excess of Opel Blitzes, so I guess we would have to do a trade to give Kampfgruppe Hauser some Opels so they can actually move those units. But okay. And let's check our cards. We have 2 regime card, 10 movement points on the eastern map border. Das Reich, Kampfgruppe Krag. So this only costs us 10. Well, I guess I would then play like these. And then I would probably we could also do replacements. Fuel card. Minor depot. Yeah. Okay. But I'm gonna leave it for the next stream. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what we can achieve. But yeah, thank you for people following the stream and see you then in the next one. Bye.